All right, everyone, welcome back to some more ReZero. Now, I just want to say this episode was a 10 out of 10, season 4, episode 4, absolute masterpiece. And yeah, I'm just going to go straight into it. Now, the start of the episode will be very exciting for novel readers because they actually adapted the Shadow Garden. Yes, the anime has never shown the Shadow Garden before, so this was like the first time. And the Shadow Garden is basically a place where Satella can see Subaru. It's like covered in this purple fog. But they're not alone in there because two previous Sun Archbishops, Betelgeuse and Regulus, were in there insulting Subaru. Like, they're just so petty that Subaru got the better of them. But then Satella says that she loves Subaru and tries to embrace him. Now, when Subaru wakes up, he's actually on Emilia's lap, which is so cute. But Emilia's asleep. And, it was a really nice callback to season 1 when Subaru got his first lap pillow from Emilia. Beatrice is in the carriage as well, and Subaru's really happy to see her, and he hugs her, which was really adorable. But when they get out of the carriage, they see the brown-haired girl with the ponytail. And this is Shaula! Shaula's finally appeared! This is the first true, appearance of Shaula. I mean, we saw, her briefly the last 2 episodes, but this episode I consider to be the true, full debut of Shaula. And when she sees Subaru, she starts running towards him and she jumps on top of him, right? And starts hugging him so tightly. Him and Beatrice are both squished. Subaru's freaking out and Shaula's on top of him screaming, "Master, master." And she's hugging him so hard that, his bones, almost break. Subaru's screaming at Emilia to help him, but when Emilia goes over, she just gently kicks Subaru. Because she's jealous, obviously, of Subaru being hugged by another woman. But yeah, really, really funny scene. So yeah, the group are all reunited now. And they're kind of confused about Shaula. And the reason why Shaula thinks Subaru is her master is because Subaru smells like someone. Subaru has a distinct smell. And, Shaula's basing him as her master based on his smell rather than his appearance. So it was really funny. Now, Shaula reveals the name of her master as Flugel, but she does this really funny drum roll before, which I found was really cute. Shaula's expressions are just incredible. They went so good with her expressions. She's so adorable. Gosh, okay. I was waiting for this for so long, Shaula being animated. I just cannot even believe it's real. But yeah, Shaula reveals that her master's name is called Flugel. And they start walking up the tower. Now, Meili starts pulling on Shaula's ponytail because Shaula's carrying her up the tower. And Subaru tells her to knock it off. And Shaula says to Subaru that it's actually a scorpion tail. Now, keep this in mind because it's going to be important later on. So they get to a new floor. And it's revealed that Shaula herself actually carried Patrash and the carriage all the way up. Levels. She's a strong girl. And Shaula also blows a kiss at Subaru, but Subaru just smacks it away because he's uncultured, okay? He doesn't accept this wonderful woman's love. I mean, I would, okay? If Shaula blew a kiss at me, I would accept it in full force. Come on now. Subaru, what is wrong with you? I guess he's too loyal to Emilia, or perhaps Julius. But yeah, Subaru says that Flugel, isn't he the guy who planted the tree at the site of the white whale? And it is Flugel. So when they get to a new floor after keeping climbing the stairs, Subaru and Ram enter this new room. And it's basically this garden area. And both Patrash and Rem are sleeping. Patrash was injured very badly, so she's been healed by the garden spirits. And, Rem is still asleep. The spirits can't heal Rem. Because, obviously it was gluttony who caused Rem's condition. It wasn't, an illness or anything like that. So, yeah, Subaru and Ram come back. Well, Subaru anyway. I think Ram stays in the room with Rem. And Shaula, obviously reveals that she was the one who's been shooting the light beams at them the entire time. And Subaru asks, you'll do anything your master tells you, right? And Shaula's like, yay, of course I will. But Subaru, sternly says to her, don't hurt me or my friends no matter what. And Shaula starts jumping up and down saying, I'll protect you guys no matter what. Now, it turns out that in order to access the library where all the information is, they have to pass these exams. Now, on this new floor, they all enter this white room, and it turns out that everyone else had, done these exams apart from Subaru. But I think all of them had failed. So he enters this room, and it's just completely white with these black panels. Julius, I think, calls them monoliths. And, Subaru touches them, but he fails. And, he gets asked a question. He fails, and, he can't just pick the slab willy-nilly. He has to touch the right slab. Now, a funny part is that they learn about the first sword saint, Rita Straya, and Shaula goes crazy. She froths at the mouth, and she's screaming and running away. And Julius, because he sees Rita Straya as a hero, he asks Shaula her opinion on Reed, and Shaula goes, he was human scum. And then Julius just says the same question again, he didn't hear her. It was so funny, and the faces she was pulling, oh my gosh. I just love this. And it turns out Reed, even though he's Reinhard's ancestor, he's nothing like Reinhard. Reed is very vulgar and perverted and just not that great of a fucking person. But anyways, in order to solve the puzzle, Subaru and Beatrice use Murak, I think it's called, to look at the panels from above, and and Subaru does his smile, which they adapted perfectly. It's the exact smile that's in the novel. Exact. It was fucking perfect. And it turns out that the hero's name is Orion, that Shaula had killed. But Subaru says that it was a different Shaula to the Scorpion Lady that's there with them. Because remember, Subaru's an expert at stars, so he knows everything about the stars and everything. So that was how he managed to, kill both Betelgeuse and Regulus especially, was because of his knowledge of the stars. And yeah, by doing that, they actually pass the first exam and enter the library. And it seems to be this huge library. This is where the episode ends off, by the way. This huge library full of books. And just, wow. I know this is probably setting up stuff to happen later in the arc, but I really, really loved this episode. It was so good. And also we got the ending played. We didn't get the opening this time, but we did get the ending, the Ender Ember, as always. Great song. It's actually growing on me a lot. And yeah, this episode was just great in every way. I don't think it reached the heights of last episode, because that was 100 out of 10. That was insane. This one just gets a 10 out of 10, just like usual. If I went too crazy, I'd give every episode an infinity out of 10. But, some episodes are obviously higher than others. But that isn't taking anything away, because, we got the introduction of Shaula. For real. I've been waiting for Shaula to show up so much that I don't even have the words. It feels so surreal seeing her finally be animated. Long ago, it was just Shaula's a name you couldn't mention because she's novel only. Arc 6 is spoilers. Arc 6 has been spoiler territory for so long, and then now it's finally getting animated. It's so crazy. But her personality and everything, her animations, God, she just stole this episode away. She was the main star of this episode. Come on. Oh my gosh, the way, she goes all fawning over Subaru. And just her joyful personality, it just makes me love her so much. Definitely one of my fave characters in the series. I just freaking love Shaula. And she's interesting. We're going to learn a lot more about her. We know that she's got some link to Stars as well as Scorpion, which, we've got to keep in the back of our minds for next episode. Obviously, as a novel reader, I sort of know what's going to happen. But for you, anime only, just keep that in the back of your mind. But yeah, she was amazing. I love Shaula. Plus the fact that she's hot as fuck and I want her to squash me with her big, gigantic melons.